All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to the WTCF podcast. It's Charlie here hanging out, and let's go ahead and get through this week's intention. So, in honor of the Mistakes of Glory 5K that was run over the last weekend, uh, really focusing in on the mistakes that we made and the things that we've learned from. So, for the week, it's I'm not proud of my mistakes. I'm proud to have learned from my mistakes. And the idea is to recognize that we're going to fall short, we're going to make mistakes. And the idea is to focus in on the learning aspect of it. I think in our society today, a lot of people are incredibly stubborn and hard headed when it comes to this one, where there is no ability to say that they made a mistake. The very first thing that happens for a fair amount of people is you have to blame somebody else. There's no possible way that you ever made a mistake. Somebody else made a mistake, or they did this to you on purpose. They're trying to do this, and it's really created a very interesting dynamic within our own like society nowadays. So no one will go ahead and admit to any sort of fault because that's now recognized as just being pure weakness. And I think it's really important to recognize and say things like, you know what, I didn't know that, or that is new information that changes my ability to make decisions and my thought processes around it. I think it's really, really important. Um, so let's just say again, you're learning about yourself and you want to go for a run, and you made some mistakes during your first run, and it really started to hurt. The idea would be like, well, why do those things hurt, and how do we start to address those pieces that'll go ahead and lead to better and better outcomes. So I think some of the best things that we can do is go ahead and keep showing up for ourselves even if we're making mistakes, and then say that's fine, right? That's just going to be part of it. Failing is part of it. um, Making mistakes is part of it. And when we're not making mistakes and we're not messing up, like, are we really progressing to the best of our ability? So case in point, if I wanted to go ahead and be really, really good at the bench press, and I put 65 pounds on the bar and I just press it, and I never ever go above like the simple 3 sets of 10, and that's all I do, I'll be really good at that, but I won't really learn how strong I can be. So I won't learn if, like, hey, can I do a 20 set rep? Can I do extra sets? Can I lift heavier weight? Same can go for if you go for a run. Like, it could be, well, I can only run a block before there's a problem. Well, when's the last time you tested that? When's the last time you went ahead and said, well, I'm going to try to run for 2 blocks? Even if I fail, I'm still going to go for it. So I think it's really important to be proud of yourself for trying to do those difficult things and trying to learn. Back into kind of covering other things that are going on. So for this week, again, my weight is kind of just stagnant. I've kind of slipped a little bit on my diet. I've made some mistakes here and there. There are York peppermint patties that are now sitting at the studio, and they're incredibly addicting. And there's a reason that they are. So a lot of my eating patterns have been okay. I've made a couple of mistakes along the way, but that was just to go ahead and enjoy life. So on the day of the 5K, I ran, and then I also trained later on that day. So I ate a little bit more than I was accustomed to because I felt really hungry, and I just kind of said, you know what, I can enjoy the day. My sister had made little brownies, so I'm going to go ahead and enjoy that. And for a little bit, I just kind of slipped up, and those things are going to happen, and I'm proud to recognize those things in myself, saying, okay, maybe that's not the best that I could have done in that moment, but again, really just understanding how to go ahead and get a little bit better through that learning process. When it comes to the jump training, I actually took some of the week off, which again, not great. I should be continuously practicing. So I've not made any progress in my jump training, but being able to get into my running a little bit more, getting a lot more volume for my quads, again, trying to push down that weight a little bit more. But like today is going to be a mighty fine day to go ahead and get back on track. We have the entrepreneurs meeting this afternoon. So I'm really hoping I can help somebody else get their business off the ground and get them moving and doing something, excuse me, really important that they say is really important. So it's not the goals that I have set for them, it's the goals that they have set, and then just holding them accountable to such things. So that's all I really got for this week. Again, make some mistakes, get messy, manage your school bus. Good luck.